The city of Hamamatsu. Located in Shizuoka Prefecture on the southern coast of Japan, sandwiched between Tokyo and Kyoto, Hamamatsu is known for musical instruments and motorcycles. And guess what? They're made by the same company. Have you ever wanted to play an electric keyboard on the back of a motorcycle, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX style? Well, Yamaha said, "We got you covered, Yugi boy." Most people will zoom past this city on a bullet train, but not this intrepid pirate. But who is this devilishly handsome pirate, I hear you asking? Well, that's me, silly, CapDan, your part-time streamer, part-time dreamer, all-around wacky guy. I've been living in Japan for a few years now. Because of this, I've also been lucky enough to be able to travel to all sorts of places on this beautiful island. Out of the 47 prefectures of Japan, I've been to over half of them, and I plan to visit many more. Japan is a stunning, culture-rich country with incredible sights around every corner. For this trip, I'm accompanied by Yaz Oni, another fantastic streamer and all-the-time memer. Her Japanese skills are the only thing that separates us from certain doom. So without further ado, we hopped in the car, picked up some convenience store fried chicken, and we hit the road. I love driving in Japan, and I wish I could do it more often, because no matter where you drive, you are guaranteed beautiful sights. And in winter, the snow-covered mountains are breathtaking. We had to drive through several tunnels to get to Hamamatsu, and every time you exit a tunnel, you're just surrounded by beautiful nature. After a long drive, I settled into my hotel room and watched my favorite streamer.
Oh, look who it is. This guy looks cool. Oh, he plays Monkey Island? He plays RimWorld? I mean, I'd subscribe to this guy.
After breakfast, we picked up our car and drove about 15 minutes to our first real Hamamatsu destination. Hamamatsu Castle. Well, at least the recreation of the castle keep. For those who don't know their Japanese history all that well, or haven't watched the historical masterpiece of The History of Japan by Bill Wirtz, you may not know that Japanese castles have a bad habit of burning themselves down with all their occupants in it. Silly little castles. But thankfully, like a phoenix, they have been restored from their ashes. Too bad no one's figured out how to do that to the people that burned alive in there. No phoenix down for you, samurai. The rebuilt keep is home to a museum of artifacts and history of the keep's owner, Ieyasu Tokugawa, who they have seemingly encased in wax and preserved in perfect condition. I'm serious here. I've never seen a fake person look so real in my life. I was almost too scared to get up close to it because I thought it was like a real guy who was just really good at standing still. I mean, look at the beard hair. Look at the eyes. This is crazy. Tickets to enter the keep were only 300 yen, which is really cheap on average. Though they also tried to charge 300 yen to go into the gatehouse that looked more like Drake and Josh's unfinished treehouse. Not many people seemed to want to go in there, and we were no exception. A lot of Japanese castles also let you go up to the top floor and look around. It's a great place to get a bird's eye view of the city. The Hamamatsu Castle Park also has a very fancy Starbucks in it. This Starbucks has a large balcony that overlooks a very nice pond where you can watch some ducks. In the front window, you can also see the castle itself poking out over the trees. Overall, it's very aesthetic. Hamamatsu also has a deep connection to musical instruments thanks to Yamaha, and that connection is really showcased in this Musical Instruments Museum. This place was a huge surprise. It honestly wasn't even on the original plan for the trip, but since it was so close to the castle, we thought we'd give it a shot. And after 2 hours of wandering around the place, I can say that it was definitely worth it. The instruments were organized by country of origin and time period. They even had an entire room dedicated to the history of pianos and their manufacturers. I think the coolest part about this museum was that they had audio recordings from a lot of the instruments that you could listen to. It really brought them to life. The museum also had one of my favorite instruments, the hurdy-gurdy. Sea of Thieves fans know what I'm talking about. The museum also holds a lot of live demonstrations with professionals who actually know how to use the instruments. For only 900 yen on admission, this place is really worth it.
The clarinet melted. Someone's gonna have to tell Squidward.
Around this time, we were getting pretty hungry, so we decided to go. And our next stop on the journey was the Unagi Pie Factory.
Hey,
What the?
I
Hey!
don't know anything about Unagi Pie. Do they put eels in the pie?
No.
I don't know.
Of course they don't put eels in the pie. What an idiot. Jeez. So before I was so rudely interrupted, by this time we were getting pretty hungry, so we decided to try one of Hamamatsu's most famous snacks, the Unagi Pie. And what better place to get them than the factory itself? This place was absolutely packed with people, and I can understand why. No admission fee, and they were giving away free cookies? The factory also had a cool cafe where you could get parfaits and stuff, but the line was an hour, so we got the most Japanese food we could find. Hamburgers! From a Jamaican-style restaurant? Hooray! You can choose your own burger toppings, and we sprung for the Caribbean jerk fries.
Thoughts, opinions, suggestions?
Great burger. Bacon and eggs and cheese. Bacon's thick. Bacon's smoky. We got fries. Caribbean jerk chicken. Could be a little bit spicier. You know, it's Japan. What do you expect?
By the time we finished our late lunch, it was already 2:30. Something to keep in mind about Japan is that a lot of tourist things close down around 5 p.m. So we decided to make our way over to the unfortunately shaped peninsula on the west side of Hamamatsu to visit the flower park. In winter? Yes. So most of the flowers were dead. But the pond was still very pretty. They had a whole section of the park that mimicked other countries' architecture. I imagine it's mostly for Instagram purposes, but it was really nice to walk around. They also had a big observation tower that you could go up to. I love how often Japan just makes tall towers to look around from. It's super cool to get a bird's eye view of the city you've been walking around in. Just gives everything perspective. And we even spotted the mighty Mount Fuji in the distance. The sky was so clear this weekend, we could see for miles. It was a perfect way to end our daytime activities in Hamamatsu. As the night fell on the city of Hamamatsu, I returned to my hotel, where they were doing a free happy hour. At least, we think it was free. Unfortunately, through a lack of reading skills, I accidentally drank a lot of straight lemon sour. So needless to say,
I drank too much.
I was very drunk. Our nighttime expedition was to find one of Hamamatsu's other famous cuisines, Gyoza. In the upper levels of a nearby shopping district, we found a nice little restaurant that had not so little gyoza. For less than 900 yen, we got a heaping plateful of the steamy, crunchy goodness. Gyoza is a very simple meal, but it never fails to hit the spot. The crispy outside of the dumpling and the steaming meat and vegetable filling just pair so nicely. And once you dip it in with the soy sauce, with a little bit of vinegar if you want to level it up, it becomes the perfect comfort food. And that was our adventures in Hamamatsu. And what a wonderful city it was. From castles and music museums to eel pies and gyoza. We had a great time. And this only scratches the surface of what Hamamatsu has to offer. There was a lot that we just simply couldn't do because of time constraints. But as I like to say, it gives us more reasons to come back. But our journey doesn't stop here. This is only stage 1 of our trip. Next up is Yamanashi Prefecture, home of Mount Fuji. There I made friends with a bird. We attended a beautiful Japanese festival. And we even risked our lives, braving the harsh Japanese mountains in a severe blizzard. And I'm very excited to share that adventure with you in our next video. But hey, first, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. It would mean a lot if you would drop a like on this video. Hey, leave a comment below with any ideas of places you want me to visit. Anything I missed on my trip, or just experiences that you've had in Japan. I'd love to hear about it. But also, I stream every week on Twitch from Tuesdays to Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. JST. Look me up, CapDanTV. I'd love to chat with you, so please come and hang out if you have the time. We also have a Discord too. Come join our pirate crew. We'd love to have you.
Is that Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? That's right, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Yeah. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.